Alright, so what's good, y'all? So today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite artists, Lil Skies. If you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you know who Lil Skies is, but if not, he's a platinum-selling artist with hits like Nowadays, Lust, and there's more. So I'm going to talk about how he went from the top of the music industry to almost falling off recently, and how he can come back with his deluxe album for his album Unbothered. So quickly, I'm going to talk about how Skies started in music and how he got popular. So Lil Skies has been rapping since he was about 4 years old, but he really broke onto the scene in late 2017 and early 2018. His songs Signs of Jealousy, Red Roses, Nowadays, Lust, and his platinum mixtape Life of a Dark Rose really solidified his spot in the game. In later 2018, he released multiple other gold singles. So Skies started off 2019 by releasing Real Ties, which was a pretty successful song. After this, he released his highest charting single, which peaked at number 39 on the Billboard Top 100, and now has over 280 million streams. This song appeared on his debut album, Shelby. Despite there being little to no promotion for this album, he sold over 50,000 first week, and the album actually just went gold. So after this, Skies released 3 more singles that performed pretty well in 2019, which were Going Off, Magic, which actually now has over 110 million streams, and More Money, More Ice, which has Lyrical Lemonade video. After More Money, More Ice dropped on September 12th, 2019, Skies just disappeared. So this is where his fall-off began. So the reason Skies took such a long break is because he had a son, but he just didn't drop any music or really update his fans at all on social media. Other artists like NBA Youngboy have multiple children and still dropped music, but Skies took a completely different route. So of course there are things more important than music, like taking care of your family and your kids, but many criticize Skies for leaving music when he was so popular, while others, particularly his fans, praise him for taking care of his son. During this time, many people just forgot about Skies. With no new music and no social media presence, it started to fall off. On March 4th, Skies came back into the game with a more trap style with his song Having My Way featuring Lil Durk. So this song was the more mainstream rap sound rather than the melodic style Skies blew up with in 2017. So despite this, Having My Way was pretty successful. Not as much as his hits from 2017, 2018, but in about 13 months it has over 80 million streams and over 30 million views. So just over a month later, Skies released Fidget, and then another month later Riot, which was also pretty successful. So Having My Way and Riot looked like they would put Skies back to where he was before leaving music, as they were heavily promoted and put on major playlists like Rap Caviar, and so keep this promotion in mind for the remainder of the video. So after this, Skies released 2 singles that were met with very mixed emotions among his fans. These were Red and Yellow and Light Beam. So both singles didn't perform well for Skies standards because of these mixed reactions and lack of promotion. So these singles are a big reason his popularity declined so rapidly. These singles would have solidified his spot back in the mainstream, but it just didn't happen. Also, the lack of his activity on social media was bad for his career. He almost never posted on IG, didn't update his story, and didn't tweet at all. He also wasn't seen in interviews and didn't make any public appearances really. An important note is that Skies, at this time, had a highly anticipated single amongst his fan base called On Sight. He teased the song a lot in Instagram stories and Instagram lives and more stuff like that. So at Rolling Loud's virtual live stream in September, he performed the song, and then his monthly listeners actually went up. It was looking good for Skies this time, and then on November 6th, Skies finally released the song On Sight. So some people in his fanbase were calling this the eye of his next album before it dropped. So people thought this would once again be the song that would put him back on top, but it just wasn't. Without major promo, the song doesn't even have 10 million streams on Spotify. The mixing on the song was also criticized as there were cracks in his voice, and his voice that kind of sounded robotic. So I personally love the song, but many others didn't feel the same way, which is cool. So after this, on December 16th, he released another song he performed at Rolling Loud titled Okay. This song was once again criticized for the horrible mixing, as it sounded like it was recorded in a tunnel with the amount of reverb in his voice. I can't play it for copyright reasons, but if you haven't heard it, I would go recommend giving it a listen and seeing what I mean. So the song also flopped heavily as well, only getting about 1.9 million views in 5 months. So this is where a lot of criticism for Skies switching his sound came in, as people wanted the old, more melodic Skies music. This made him post an IG story that explained how people have to stop wishing he was the same person and made the same music as he did a while back. He also said he just wanted to grow as a person and as an artist, and people needed to accept that. So then, later in December, Skies announced he'd be releasing an album titled Unbothered on January 22nd. Although the rollout wasn't great, he went through and released the album, but it followed the same trend as the previous Skies releases. Very mixed reviews, lack of promo, and a lot of questionable mixing. People also criticized Skies because his new music, he just went off the top and freestyled rather than writing his music like he used to. And that led to a lot of stuff like this. I think you can see what I mean there. It's just not good, and that overall led to a lot of people in his fan base not liking the album that much. And then Dead Broke, the lead single off the album that actually had a music video premiere at 12 a.m. along with the album, didn't appear on really any major playlists like Rap Caviar, So this was the same for other songs of the album as well. Songs like and Locked Up also had pretty bad mixing, which caused even more criticism. This caused the album to only sell 15K first week, when many fans thought he'd sell at least 25 to 30,000. So after this, many people clowned him and started saying that he fell off. Many fans were, and still are, angry that Skies didn't drop many fan favorite snippets on the album with the more melodic sound. I know it sounds like I'm kind of hating on the album, but I actually liked it. It wasn't Skies' best work, but in my opinion, it was pretty good. So here's where the comeback kind of started. So right after the album dropped and right before, Skies started to post more on social media and on his Instagram story, and he engaged more with his fans. So he started to do more interviews right before and after the album on channels like Vlad TV, GQ, Cosmopolitan, Lyrical Lemonade 2, and a few more. So during this time, Sky's brother Cameron Hauser dropped the highly anticipated single G-Code, which is putting up great numbers for Cam, as it has about 700,000 streams on Spotify, which is already his third most, and it'll likely become his biggest song at some point in the future. So the song is actually really good, even though Skies fans hate on Cameron, because he supposedly scammed some people out of like a few $100s, and hated it even more because he cut Skies' verse out of the song, but he still had the chorus, which I thought was fine. However, Cam said he will be releasing the remix with Skies' verse on his upcoming album, which is good. So after this, Skies featured on Lil Nas' song, Not the Same, which released on April 2nd. This is Nas' second highest trending song on Spotify right now, and is sitting at over 1.2 million streams. Although one big thing that I didn't mention during this time in February was that Lil Skies, Snot, and Cole Bennett had been teasing a song titled Whipski. Multiple snippets on Instagram stories, TikToks, and Instagram Lives were released, which hyped up the song even more. On February 16th, Skies appeared in Lyrical Lemonade 2's podcast, Carton Conversations. So they talked about filming the video and how they're getting back together finally after, I think it was like a year and a half. So then on March 8th, Snot revealed the Whipski release date, which would be a month later on April 8th. So Whipski finally came out, and it ended up performing pretty well. As in 12 days as I'm writing this, it's Sky's highest trending song on Spotify and has over 6 million streams. And this is largely due to a pretty good amount of promo and being on Rap Caviar and the Lyrical Lemonade music video. Maybe Sky's team should take some notes. But anyways, many Sky's fans loved the song, as he went back to his more melodic sound and switched up the flow multiple times in his verse, which we didn't see often on Unbothered. So this caused the song to debut at number 25 on the Billboard Bubbling Under charts, which is like pretty much number 125 on Billboard. So coming off the success of Whipski, Skies had his High and Unbothered show on 420, which was live streamed on his YouTube channel. But a few hours earlier, for $200, you could talk to Skies in a Zoom call before the show. In this Zoom call, he previewed snippets like Perfect Groove, Expensive, and Swervin'. But unfortunately, he revealed that he had actually lost other grails like Music and Pain and Mary Kay, which is not good for him because so many fans love those snippets, but there's still a chance that he can find the songs. So I actually found someone live streaming the Zoom call that got into it, or paid the $200, which is pretty cool. He actually got to talk to Skies and ask some good questions. I'm not going to say his channel because I don't want it to get like taken down, but shout out to him. So we actually got a lot of like good information out of this Zoom call, which is a lot of it was posted on Instagram, so a lot of people know about it. But we know that Lil Skies is dropping a deluxe in the first week of May. So the night the Skies actually released Unbothered, he had a live stream, and everyone in the chat was spamming either Ice Water or Drop the Deluxe. So Skies actually said, if you guys want a deluxe, I'll get that for you. So, and then on March 6th, Skies made an IG post saying deluxe turned in. So after the live stream and the Zoom call, we got some new info on the deluxe and feature drops in Skies. So he said the deluxe was dropping the first week of May, and it's at least 6 songs. So I'm thinking we'll have about 6 to 8 songs on that. So it's more than likely that the deluxe will drop on May 7th, as that's the first Friday of May, and artists typically drop their albums and singles on Friday so they can get the most sales first week. So he also said that there will be 2 features on the deluxe. So we already have one confirmed, and I think it's pronounced Zavia, but she's an artist who was featured on the Aladdin soundtrack, and she had Welcome to the Party with French Montana and Lil Pump. That was also a pretty big song. So she's featuring on the song My Baby, which was actually just announced to drop on April 29th. And then people think the second feature is Trippier on Ice Water, but I'll get to that in a second. So My Baby featuring Zavia was first teased, I think it was either 2019 or 2020 by Cash Money AP, and he teased it for just a few seconds. And so Skies fans started begging for the song. I feel like it was one of the biggest Skies snippets out there. So he finally listened to the fans, and he's dropping it very soon, and a lot of fans love the live performance of it. So then the second snippet that is almost confirmed is Ice Water. So this song Skies teased a while back, and then he recently teased it again with Trippie Redd, even though Skies said he had lost the snippet. So I can't play either of these snippets here because I think the video will get taken down, but they're all over Instagram. So you can go search up like Lil Skies Ice Water there and you'll probably find it. So he also said that the song he's most hyped for on the deluxe was How You Feel, and I've heard this could be Beat the Case, which is my least favorite Skies snippet, but I don't think that's confirmed. So I listened to the whole like minute and a half snippet and I didn't hear him say How You Feel once, but my hearing is also terrible, so we'll see what that is. So Expensive, which is another Skies fan favorite leak. So Skies also played the fan favorite snippet Perfect Groove in this Zoom call, and he also said that song is dropping very soon, so it's practically confirmed to be on the deluxe album as well. So now here's like the main point of the video. Can Skies come back? And I do think he can come back, but only if he plays his cards right. He has to promote these new songs. Perfect Groove, My Baby, and Ice Water could all be hits, especially if Trippie Redd features on Ice Water, as Trippie Redd has a very, very highly anticipated snippet right now, and if Skies capitalizes off that, Ice Water could be a huge hit. I actually think if he promotes it enough, the deluxe could outsell his original album, but as I said, only if he promotes it. But if the deluxe and the mixtape over the summer don't perform well, I think it's the end of Skies' time in the mainstream. Skies has always had a very, very dedicated fan base, and I think he will continue to have this fan base, but he's already had multiple chances to reestablish himself, and he wasn't able to do it. I would love to see a comeback from Skies. I think he has some amazing music and some great unreleased songs that could get a lot of love from the mainstream, but we'll have to wait and see. I would love to see a comeback, as I said, because Skies is one of my favorite rappers, and I think he's very overhated by many people, and I think he's very underrated right now. But yeah, that's all I got for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and peace out.